It's time for ukulele. Let's see if this is going to cooperate today. I think we're in good shape. Let me put it over here. I'm going to copy the link over onto the front page of jollyrogerukulele.com. On Fridays we do member concerts, so if you're a member, you can grab the sheet music and come play with us. If you're not a member, this is designed to lure you into our membership. Memberships start at $5, so probably something that you might want to think about. We are playing music from Sound of Music today. 3 tunes for ukulele, and let me update here and make sure the link is working properly. The tunes are Do Re Mi, which is turns out pretty important song. jollyrogerukulele.com, and then we are going to do My Favorite Things and Edelweiss. So all of these will be lovely tunes to have in your arsenal, and now they're on Twitter, so there we go. And again, because Fridays, the purpose of Fridays is to sort of prod you a little bit and say, hey, become a member, come play this more advanced music. Otherwise, the main reason, obviously, is that the advanced music just sits in the can in the member section, and nobody ever plays it. So I want to play it. I want to get better at it. I want to. We put a lot of work into this over the last few years, and I wanted to make your life happy. So I want to use it for something. So that's what. By the way, I am aware that I did not get the baritone music posted. I will get that posted this weekend. I got Do Re Mi completely done, Edelweiss pretty far along, and My Favorite Things I was hoping to finish up and get that done as well. But there's no baritone sheet music for today. You got to play on your ukuleles, or you can use the tablature and play on your baritones, but you're in a different key, so it'll be hard to play along with me. But grab your ukuleles, please, and grab Do Re Mi. And let's play that. I was in pretty good shape yesterday, and then of course the condominium association has a way of destroying all plans that I have in regard to getting things done in a timely fashion. So baritone sheets for this will be up next week. We will play these next week as well. I like to have at least 1 week where we play through them at least one time and get where we know the songs, know what we're supposed to work on, and then you, as a more advanced ukuleleist, would then go sit at your house and work on them a little bit. That's the idea here, right? So for those of you who might be stopping in like, I don't know what's going on around here, we have a book 1. That's for people who don't know anything about music or ukulele, get you up and running. We have a book 2, which kind of helps solidify the work that you did in book 1. And then for the more advanced music, we have solo work, which happens on Friday. That's what we do today. This is where we play Tuff Rawk. And then on Mondays, we have the orchestra, which they have a whole different level of crazy. So that's your 4 areas I do, and I have not been able to find time to update the composition section or the arranging section, but that's on my radar here. I've gotten through all of the nasty stuff I was having to deal with, and I believe because I'm an internal optimist, that I sound like I'm always like, right, because I'm an old man, but I really am an optimist, and I do believe that stuff is I'm going to have time to get to that. We also have a little guitar music to write and a little bit of harmonica music to write. It's all good, right? We get to what we get to, and we just keep moving forward. So thank you all for being here. Sandy is here from Upper Michigan. Vic is in from Eugene, Oregon. Diane's in from Denver. Robin's in from British Columbia. Rita in from Chicago area. It's cold up there, I understand. And Linda also in from British Columbia. So thank you guys for being here. If you log in to either Google or YouTube, then you can use the chat bar, and I love it when you tell me where you're from and what the weather's like there. Most of these guys have memorized at this point. And if not, If you don't want to log in, it's perfectly fine. You don't have to use the chat bar. Amy is in. She's a local here. She has a parrot, right? Yesterday, she completely derailed the entire lesson with her parrot. So no bird talk today. That's it. I'm putting my foot down. You got Do Re Mi in front of you, and again, baritone players, your sheets should be up this weekend. I have them very far along with them. I was optimistic I'd be able to get them posted last night, and the condominium association brought down the hand of crazy, and I had to deal with some stuff there. So there's that. I am playing a soprano ukulele that does not have a strap on today, which means when it's time to turn the page, I'm probably going to have to stop, reach over, turn the page, and then get back to playing. Okay, I'm facing the music this way, hopefully, so you can see what's going on with this hand. This hand, which is what we always talk about in levels 1 and 2, is doing the usual stuff, and so that's what's going on there. Robin has a parrot. Here we go with the parrot talk. All right, parrots. I have never considered owning a parrot, but I think after the last 2 days, I'm going to change my mind. Do Re Mi on a ukulele. Baritone music coming this weekend, and that's all I know about. Okay, this is all 3 of the songs today would be lovely to be able to play on your ukulele. So we'll take them in quite a bit slower speed today. This one is we play all the way down to measure 34, and then we come back to 19. So be aware, you're not going to come all the way back to the top. You come back to 19, and then the second time through you skip measure 34. Okay, so the first part is you'll remember. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly how this goes. And then I want to talk about solfege for just a minute afterwards. Okay, so from the top, not too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Measure 9. 1, 2, ready, play. Second inning. On a soprano. Yeah, isn't that cute? That totally works. There's nothing on there. The cool part is really, for the most part, hanging out in first position, right? I think at one point it runs up to measure fret 8, but for the most part, it hangs around on the first fret, and you can play that as I did, just finger plucking the whole thing or thumbing it through. Either way, it's going to sound great. And dealing with the page turns, of course, I didn't bring my foot pedal, and that's why I'm like, shoot, I gotta remember to bring my foot pedal on Fridays. On Monday through Tuesdays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays, I don't really need the foot pedal, but on Fridays for sure, right? The music gets hard enough and complicated enough and long enough where you probably need to have all of your tools in place. Being that this level is hard, guys, hopefully you've figured that out. Arthur the Parrot, that's awesome. I love that name. Hey Michelle, dang work. I know you gotta quit your job. You're a ukulele player now. How this works is you buy a ukulele, you take levels 1 through 3, and then you start your ukulele career, and you get rich and famous like me, and it's wonderful, right? So no reason to have that old job of yours. By the way, please don't do that. I'm aware of what ukulele makes, and you may want to go ahead and hang on to your real job. It's not all that's rumored to be. Maybe if I was better, it'd be better. Let's go play Edelweiss. Let's see. Hey Jen, Charlie in. Have to leave early to get to the jam session here in Tucson. Yeah, jam session on Friday. What? Here it goes. Let's see if we can do it. I've been working on the railroad all the long day. Right? Remember when you go to the strum along, Jan said it out there this afternoon, that's how most people are going to be playing, right? Which is wonderful, super fun, right? But if you want to separate yourself out, you want to be the person, there's be somebody sitting next to you who doesn't know what you're doing. Okay, watch this. I've been working on the railroad all the long day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Right, now all of a sudden I sound like I'm really doing something fancy. I'm just holding the chords, but instead of jumping down, I'm pluckety, and I'm picking random strings. It doesn't even matter what strings I pick. And what will happen, Jan, is the person, whoever's sitting next to you, is going to lean over and go, that ukulele sounds really nice. And what kind is it? And you'd be like, oh yeah, this is the famous Kayla. It is or Ojana. Say it with a French accent. Ojana. Or what else do you have? Cordoba. Sounds very, oh, it's a Cordoba. And they're like, ooh, I should get one of those. Because it's really the ukulele, not the person playing it, that determines the sound, right? All right, awesome. I hope you have fun at that today. That'll be great. Yeah, let your boss know. Yeah, tell your boss that your ukulele teacher says you're ready to go on the road. Let's see. Linda says Bog's lifting. Nice. Pick the chords. Heck yeah, just pick them. Yeah, I'm telling you, people will think that there's something magical about your ukulele if you do that. This is a soprano. Yeah, this is years ago. I was some guy calls me up randomly out of the blue and says, "Hey, I have an old Kamaka. I want to sell it to you because I'm not using it." And so I went and I bought it from him, and it's got a teeny crack in here, and it smelled like cigarettes, like you can't believe. It's finally stopped smelling like it. I don't play it very often, but I do love it. I like soprano, right? I think it's the right size. All right, Edelweiss. Let's make this one happen. Okay, we were playing this earlier in harmonica. This is a beautiful piece of music, and so don't go fast. And with this one, think about thumb down on this one. This one, I think, just getting a nice full sound out of it really, really works. So let's try it. Since I picked that whole last one, let's just do thumb down. And again, my sheet music's here, so you're going to be able to see what's going on with my left hand, less so with my right hand. Let's give it a try from the top. 3 beat count in. Let's not go fast. 1, 2, 3. Here's your 5. Sorry. Think about this for just a moment, because we're talking about Jan going to the strum along. You're not going to get sheet music like this at the strum along, right? That's crazy. No one would do that. But they're going to give you C, G7, and C. And most of the people at the strum along will do Edelweiss, Edelweiss. Every morning you greet me. Right? That's what's going to happen. And that's a super legitimate way to play ukulele. And again, the nice part is that you don't have to learn a ton of chords on that to make it a pretty cool sound. But remember what we're really doing there. What we're really doing is singing there and using this as our backup band. And so how do you make your backup band better? Well, one, you go hire Jeff Beck, and two, you start thinking about your right hand, because when you're thinking chords, you got to be thinking about all that stuff Gary talks about all the time and you never do, which is, hey, what about plucking? Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you meet me. Okay, there's that. Then let's talk about, it's in 3, so what if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. Let's try that. Just that from measure 4 to measure 11 or whatever. 1, 2, 3. Let me get a C chord on. 1 and 2 and 3 and Edelweiss. Every morning you greet me. Okay, now the problem with 6, when you're playing 3 and you're going to decide to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is your thumb is on this top string, and sometimes that can be a little jarring. So try now, instead of trying that, do thumb, index, middle, okay? And use the 3rd string instead of the 4th string. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. C chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and Edelweiss. Edelweiss. Every morning you greet me. Right, so there's another way of doing it that I think is cool. Then we've talked about this in the past about boom chucking, right? So if your chord's a C, boom chuck chuck, boom chuck chuck, then you get a totally different song. 1, 2, 3. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me. Okay, so that's another way to do it. And when you're at a strum along, none of that's going to matter, right? Because most everybody's doing this perfectly fine. But what you want to do is experiment with all of the other ways, because you'll get better at them, and then all of a sudden they're coming to you going, okay, can you come teach a class on right hand patterns, right? I've done that with people in our orchestra who were, we had one guy who was getting really good at claw picking, right? I don't even know how to do it anymore. But anyway, so I had him come give a class just on right-hand claw picking, and so chords never change. Well, depending on which version you're on, and then but the words are going to be the same, right? So then it's your job to figure out, hey, what's some kind of, here's the chords, blah blah blah, no problem there. Well, what am I going to do over here to make my song way more interesting? So be adventurous. Don made it in. Busier than one. Glad to have you, Don. Use 2 arms when you're juggling. Let's do it. Let's be honest. Let's go play my favorite things. Very excited that Jan's headed off to her strum line. My favorite things. Now this is the hardest song of the 3. We'll take our time. We'll go through it. You see the repeat goes to measure 6. So you get down to 22. You're going to go back to 6. You have a fermata at the end of measure 5. So we'll take a moment there to have this high point, and that's really the only musical stuff that's on here. 1 repeat and a fermata, and just remember your repeat comes back to 6, which is not uncommon in music, right? We have a little intro, then we play a couple of verses, and then we finish up, right? So let's do this. By the way, you got a bar on 5 and a ring finger on 7. Okay. Oh, we're going to play jazz. Heck yeah, cool. Okay. I would say, what I'll try to do is I think I'll just pluck this one all the way through, just to give you, again, a sense that your right hand does matter, right? And you can play this or whatever, do whatever makes you happy. I'll be the only the others have guitars. Oh, it's one of those strum-alongs. That's right, you're in Tucson. Back in the day, they'd beat you up when you walked in. Hey, I'm here to join you guys. Right? Now there's this guitarists that are around a while. They're sort of like, what you got there, right? They're starting to realize that their grandchildren are playing ukulele better than they're playing guitar, and so they become a little bit interested in it. All right, from the top, 3 beat counted, not fast. 1, 2, 3. 7, 5, A minor shape, 4. Big fermata, put on, go. F chord. Page turn. Page turn, go. Page turn. Key change. That's the tough part. Isn't that nice? That's really, really a cool piece. Let's talk about just a couple of things before I send you off to raise havoc. I think the first page is basically playable, but notice measure 4, that bar on 4, pinky on 7. That's an E chord, right? And back in the day on the internet, there was all these discussions about how can I avoid playing that? That's what they were against, right? Because people weren't up to speed with that. Hey, bars are going to be something you do on ukulele, right? So they were trying to think of something else. But your whole first area there is like bar, bar, bar. You know, we do have this. That's going to make you better at that. So hopefully you're doing those. So that's really the most exciting thing that happens on page 1. Page 2, that's a different song. Page 2, where did it go? My favorite thing. Went the wrong direction. Page 2, when you get to that measure 21, it's kind of cool. You've got this bar on 4. It feels like the wrong notes, right? And you can see up in the standard notation you have a G sharp. It just creates a whole lot of tension. It's an E7 when you're playing mostly in the key of A minor, which is normal, right? A, B, C, D, E. Oh, that's going to work. A, B, C, D, E. It's right here. I was like, it's not on your 6th, it's your 5th. But so that E7 is going to get you back to the A minor. When you get to 23, it goes to A major. So mostly you've been playing that sound in this first page. When you get to the second page, you go to A major. Has a little bit brighter thing. Girls with white dresses and blue satin sashes, right? Just has a lot more lively feel to it. And then they're going to slowly drop you back into that original key. Page 2, again, not terribly unplayable, right? Maybe the one thing that caught you is measure 20. You have the D minor on the 5th fret, right? And then you got to sneak your pinky under it. So that's a little bit of a challenge at 20, but we've encountered that in the past. It's something that you probably are feeling like, yeah, I know what that is. Where it gets messy is at 38. Now remember, we're playing along in key of A major, and somehow they have to get us back over into A minor. Okay, and they're going to do that through this use of this B minor, E7, A minor routine. Okay, so at measure 38, you're hanging out on F. And then you're going to put this B minor on, but your melody's up here. You got to use your pinky on 5, right? So it's B minor, pinky on 5, right? Weird note. And then this thing, bar on 8, but your pinky's on 8. That's the wrong note. There's an F with an E chord on the bottom. That's bad, but we resolve it. Okay, so it's super smart. Okay, and now you're back to the E7 chord. You're playing an actual E chord here in the arrangement. Okay, and then you're back in there. If you're on a tenor ukulele, reaching from 2 to 7 is pretty hard. You can do it. It does take a little bit of practice. So just have faith. You can do it. A minor to the 7, and then again measure 44. That same little shape shows up, but it's the B minor now. It's bar on 2, ring on. It's still a B minor, and pinky on 5. Right. And then the problem with that one, the next note is a 4 on the 3rd string. So your pinky's got to do a lot of work to get there. And on this little old Kamaka, it doesn't sound that great. But on your newer instruments, it should be just fine. And that's it. Measure 55. G7 with your pinky. Okay. And I always loved that because a lot of times this G7, and we're going to use a 7 on this one. And your middle finger's held down. Just slide this down to the C, and it almost always happens this way. Right? And you can hear it, if you do it right, you'll hear a little zzz going down. Right? Let me try to do it faster. You can get a little bit of a little fancy out of it that way. The other cool thing, I think measure 58, he drops in the F minor. A weird G7. Isn't that beautiful? That's just really smart songwriting. So good job. Was it Rodgers and Hammerstein? I thought it was Bernstein, I was told. Rodgers and Hammerstein. They knew a little bit about writing music. Guys, I hope you're doing great. I was going to mention Do Re Mi. Turns out that's the reason I got a very bad grade in my singing classes. I didn't have that Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. Turns out that's going to be a thing in your life if you want to be a singer. And I didn't. My brain just is too old to fit that in. So that's what I work on a lot now is Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. That's not how it goes, by the way. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you're happy wherever you are. But I know we have Sandy up in a blizzard in Michigan and Jan hanging out in Tucson, right? That's pretty decent lives either way. Good luck with those guitar players. Don't let them boss you around. They're wrong. You're right, Jan. Not really much volume poco. Yeah. So the fog has cleared out in British Columbia. Pretty nice. Watched Play Misty for me with Clint last. There you go. Play Misty for me. Do we have Misty? I think we have that. Hey Kat, welcome in. You're just in just as we're getting ready to wrap it up. Go watch the replay. All 3 songs are worth playing. I will get the baritone sheet music posted this weekend, so you'll have it for next Friday. So we're hang on to these songs for 2 weeks, right? This hard stuff, and you want to get good at these ones, right? So get these printed out, get these in your book, spend the week practicing them. And baritone players, we will do with you guys' stuff next week as well. And thank you all for being here. Good to see all of you. We're just gonna keep doing this until everybody is a star, and so keep showing up. That's the secret. And we have a lot more music coming. It's going to be wonderful. And the parrot went to sleep today. Oh, that's exciting. I think he would prefer some Bjork. Last year, Amy says, "Hey, when are we playing Bjork?" And I'm like, "Who's Bjork?" So I went and looked her up, and I'm like, "We're never playing any Bjork. That's not going to happen." All right. Have a great weekend. Yeah. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. Peace.